This is Karen Southam. I'm the outreach coordinator at the Kimball Arts Center in Park City, and I wanted to share a really simple way to make thank you cards from my home studio. I know we're all working from home and probably finding a lot more people to be grateful for, right? Like our doctors, nurses, everybody in the hospitals, teachers, our grocery store clerks. And one thing that is actually proven to be helpful is to write thank you cards. It improves our own health too. So feel free to dive in. What we have is a thank you card that's basically just a watercolor. And what we want to do is to begin anything, kind of start simple. So what I've done is I've taken some watercolor paper, I made it into a size that was really comfortable to work in, and folded it in half like this. The rough side is up so that it will grab that pigment and hold it. I have paintbrushes. These are small to medium sizes, and as you can see, they have a pointed tip. The watercolor set you could use, something as simple as this, is great. It works well, and you can find them anywhere if you don't already have one. I like to have a squirt bottle to spray my paint first and get it wet. Of course, I always have a little jar of water, and then paper towels are really useful. The other thing I have is a ruler, pencil, eraser handy, and the very last thing, just a piece of ribbon, because if you're making a custom card, you may not have an envelope. So just find a ribbon, tie it around it, put a bow on the front, and people will know it's handmade. So they like that. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna want to do is take your paper and fold it in half like this. If you want to save on watercolor paper, you might cut that in half and glue it to a regular piece of cardstock, and then maybe use printer paper here to write your message. All I did was draw the word thank you. I did use a ruler first. I wrote it fairly light, and I drew this flower here so that when my paint dries, I can come in with my eraser and erase all that pencil and then just dust it off as long as it's dry, and you're good to go. So for this one, for example, I wrote the word here first. I practiced on just a scratch piece of paper, and then I did my thank you in kind of a light paint, and then I came in after that had completely dried and just drew some very simple leaves and flowers. The reason why I always have a piece of scratch paper is because when I load my brush, what I like to do is take it across a piece of paper or even a paper towel and kind of get that tip nice and sharp again, and just kind of unload a lot so that it doesn't completely dump onto my painting. So that is a really good thing to have on hand. With this one here, what I did was I drew the bird first. I did a light layer, then I came over the top of the bird and added just a little bit of a darker color, and then I let that completely dry, and then I came in with my text, and I did 2 layers just to make it incredibly prominent, but you definitely don't have to do that. So just have fun, and everybody at Kimball really misses you all, and we're hoping that all of this will be over soon and we'll be back to our regular schedules. But please know we're missing you, we're thinking about you, and we really appreciate all the support that you're giving us right now. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.